My
I know.
Lord, Caroline.
Because I'm in the CP classes only have to write about 20, I think, but I'm in honors, so I have to write 50.
Well, I'll be darned.
Yeah.
Can you write 50 pages off what we've talked about?
Yeah, because part of it, chapter 1 is just like that's not something I have to really ask you. It's just like I have to take the basic facts from our family background and then just write about like significant events and issues that were going on in the U.S. like around the time of your birth.
Oh, okay.
And then the second chapter is the questions I've been asking you. Then the third chapter, we haven't done anything with that yet, but it will focus on mainly your adult life. And then, let's see. And then the last chapter is chapter 4, and that's just a historical reflection and just talks about like different time, like the time periods in your life and different like world events and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but we won't be
That'll
doing.
be very interesting to talk about, you know.
Yeah, we won't be doing chapters 3 and 4 for a little while, I don't think. But so we've only been working on the first 2 chapters.
Yeah, okay. You're concentrating on the first 2 right now.
Yep.
Well, if you have anything more you want to ask me, you can call anytime, and I will be home after Grammy and I come back from church. We'll come back here around 2 or 2:30.
Hmm.
Anytime after 2:30, I'll be here and call, and I'll be glad to talk anytime and answer any questions I can.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, dear. Well, I'm very glad to hear from you, Caroline.
Nice to talk to you.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen our friend, the Big Beaver, lately?
Oh, not really.
Where is he, and what is he up to?
He's off in Lowell. I'm not really sure what's going on. I think he's just kind of trying to, like, get his life in order a little bit more.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he still working at the nursing home?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, that's good. Now, what about the person, the roommate that was working with him that owed him all the money? Did he ever pay him any money or anything, do you know?
I'm not really sure what happened with that. He talks more to my parents about that than me.
Yeah. Gee, that was terrible. That guy stuck him for $400.
Yeah, I know.
That's a tremendous amount of money. And poor Brendan. Now, what about his car, Caroline? Do you know anything about that?
I know my dad and Shelley just bought him a new car, I think yesterday.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh, my heavens.
Mm-hmm.
Something. Is it a new car or
Well,
a used car?
I mean a new car as in like a new used car to him. Like it's new to him.
Yeah, a new used car. Well, I'll be darned.
I mean, I think he definitely helped pay for most of it, but they kind of bought the rest.
Yeah, well, he'll probably pay them back.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah.
Very good news, and I'm tickled to death.
Mm.
Such a nice young man, and I just hope he does well, and as you say, gets things straightened around, and
Yeah.
and so forth, but I'm sure he will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
Caroline, it's nice to talk with you, and I hope you have a pleasant evening. What time will Mom and John be home, do you know?
Probably not for a while. My guess would be like around 10:30.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. But
Yeah.
you don't mind being alone?
No, not really. I'm fine.
Yeah. Have you had your dinner yet, Caroline?
No, I'm about to go eat.
Oh, okay. You're going to have something?
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna do pizza.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be good. That's what Grammy and I are going to have tonight, too. We're going to have a pizza.
Oh, that's good.
So that'll be good. We'll watch a little TV, have a pizza and read, and just have a very quiet, pleasant evening. I wish you were here to join us. Oh, it would be such a treat to see you.
Oh, me too.
It really would. Well, look, I'll look forward to your call tomorrow.
Okay. I'll talk
Okay,
to
dear,
you then.
and don't forget to call me.
I won't.
Okay, dear. Bye-bye.
I love you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So, forgot to record the first few parts of this. So, how many family, actually, no, it's the wrong section. Let's see. computers weren't really around then. Like, even when he was up through college, they weren't around. They didn't really come around until the 70s when he had one in work, when he worked for the telephone company. He did have a TV, but it wasn't until, like, the 50s, I think, that he got one. And they had one. Let's see. He used his computer, like I said, to use it for work and stuff like that. They had an ice box growing up, and they used to get these really, I think it was like a wooden box, and they used to get really big chunks of ice, like 3 or 4 times a week to keep it cold. And he and his sister would always, like, gather all the food that needed to go in there, and then open it really fast, stick all the stuff in so the cold air wouldn't get out. And then, let's see. The question about car phones, that isn't really relevant because that wasn't, like, something that came around until much later in his adult life. His mother did the laundry, and everybody washed their clothes every Monday, and his mom would mainly do that. Then as for cooking dinner, his mom would cook, but when he and his sister got older, they would help out and start to cook. And they would clean the dishes and dry them and everything, and they had a little system going. First question I have is, how many members were in your family at the time of your birth?
How many members in my family at the time of my birth?
Yep.
Well, there were no members of my family, just my mother and father, because I was the firstborn.
Okay. Okay.
I was the first member of my family.
Okay. Second question. What was your family's, like, economic status?
Now, you have to talk a little slower. My family economic status?
Yeah.
Well, we were relatively poor. It was at the time of the Great Depression.
Mm.
You writing this down?
It's recording on my computer.
Oh, okay. My birth was at the time of the Great Depression.
Okay.
In February 1929.
Okay.
Which was called, at the time, it was referred to and still is, as the Great Crash.
Oh.
And the whole economy and the whole world went into a Great Depression. And people were homeless and they were on the street begging for food and
Wow.
So the answer to the question is, my family was very poor, basically because of the Great Depression, and everybody else was very poor too at that time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I missed the part 9. That was, we went from part 8 to 10, so here's the rest of part 9.
Thousands didn't have enough to eat, and there were food lines, oh Lord, that would go around the city block 2 or 3 times, waiting for handouts of food and so forth.
Okay, so that was numbers 1 through 10, which are the only parts that I have open. So I'm going to see... I'm going to reopen Audacity and try to do 11 through 20 now. So, open them, it'll take a minute. 11... Okay, so now I'm starting with number 11.
Okay. The third question is, how many siblings did you have?
I had one sibling, and that was my sister.
Okay.
Name was Joan, Joan.
Okay. Let's see. Next question. How did you get along with your parents and your siblings?
I got along very well. It was a time, Caroline, when kids didn't have the things that they have today. And things were very, 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 very close to home, and I got along very well with them.
Just on a note, Grampy had another sister named Betty, but she drowned when she was 3, and I believe he was 5. The story was that a neighbor, I think, no, friendly friends were supposed to be watching her, and she was out on a dock or something, and she fell in and drowned. Rest in peace.
We didn't have kids that were, contrary to their parents or rude to their parents or anything of the kind,
Mm-hmm.
So I get along very well with my parents, and my sister, which was much younger than I, was 5 years younger than I.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see.
You putting all this on your computer?
Yeah, it'll record as we go.
Oh, okay.
And that way, I don't have to stop you and take a lot of notes, and later I can just, listen to it and take down the notes.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, number 5, what was your father's job and what was your mother's job, if they had one?
Well, my father's